Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Marnie Swindells here at her brand spanking new boxing gym. How you doing, Marnie?
I am great. I'm so happy to have the boys down here today. I think this is a great event, great opportunity for Bronx to put itself on the map, and yeah, really happy.
How's it all been since last Thursday? I'm sure you've had all the social media blowing up. Everybody's been wanting to get in touch with you. How has it been the last few days?
It has. I'm feeling very important lately. No, it's been incredible. The support I've had from the boxing community has been second to none. Loads of different people have reached out, loads of opportunities. It's amazing, and I think it will all really help get the name Bronx out there.
I've had a little wander around the gym and seen what there is to see here. Big old space, and I'm sure Lord Sugar's investment is going to help greatly with that. Just tell people watching what they can expect from Bronx.
From Bronx, you can expect real boxing, a real deal, and a real good time. I am so passionate about teaching people accurate skills, accurate technique, no boxer size, but high energy, impassioned coaches in just a really good, authentic, gritty space.
Without wanting to turn into one of the Apprentice interviewers, I have been to many boxing gyms around London, around the UK, and there are some with a similar feel to this, like the BRX I was at just a few weeks ago. Just tell us what sets this gym apart from some of your competitors.
Well, you won't need to get a mortgage to come to this gym. We are an affordable, accessible, middle market option that doesn't compromise on either the feeling or the experience. So I wanted to bring together the grittiness, that spit and sawdust feel, the heartiness and integrity of those amateur gyms with that smoothness, the execution, the style of those high-end gyms. So we are bang in the middle, best of both, and you can afford it.
Couldn't say it better.
That isn't my first pitch, Josh.
Now the Apprentice is done and dusted and everybody's seen what there is to see with the Apprentice, what can you tell us about it? I mean, did it come across how you expected it to come across?
I mean, so much happens on the show. You're filming for a long time and not everything can make the cut. But I think it was a very fair reflection of how the tasks went and how the interviews went. And I honestly can't speak highly enough of my experience on the show. I loved every single minute of it. Unforgettable memories. I loved it.
We spoke a few weeks ago, 6-7 weeks ago, I think it was. At that moment, did you know that you'd won the Apprentice?
No, I didn't know. And to be totally honest, Josh, it still doesn't feel real. It still feels like I'm living in a bubble and still coming to terms with it. But so happy. I feel like I haven't stopped smiling since it happened, and all these amazing things are happening right now for Bronx, for boxing. I'm really grateful to be part of it.
I think one of the episodes that really grabbed the attention was the interviews episode and drew some criticism as well from people watching. How was that experience for yourself?
It was like a boxing match. It was, they throw one shot, you counter, you come back. I loved it. It was difficult, it was rigorous, but it has to be, you know. He's putting his money on the line. I would expect nothing less than him to give me, and his interviewers to give me those tough questions. But I tried my best to handle it. I tried not to duck, weave, bob around it all. Just get straight to it. Be honest, be open, because that's what you want in a business partner. So hopefully, well, it did go well, but hopefully I came across okay.
One thing I'd like to pick up on is criticism coming from Amy Anzo, if I get the name right there. It's criticised the fact that Lord Sugar is still on the show and really the face of The Apprentice. Just give us, from your experience, why you think he should be there, and the criticism from Amy.
I have no bad blood for Amy Ansell or anybody else, none at all. I just feel strongly that Lord Sugar is an incredible businessman and he should be respected for that, and the show should be respected. I think he's done amazing things for loads of upcoming entrepreneurs who might have not got where they would have got without his help. So I'm just grateful to him, and I'm passionate about just respecting him.
Moving on to some of the boxing from around the UK, you've been out and about at some of the local shows. You were up in, was it Manchester at the weekend? You were at the Boxer show. You were down at the AJ red carpet event yesterday. Have you had time to speak to some of those top promoters?
I have. I've had little conversations, but everyone is busy right now. Everyone is hustling, as am I. But I have to say, while I have the opportunity, that the promoters, the boxers, everyone. It's just been an outpouring of love and support. And especially being a female in this industry, I didn't expect it. I thought I was going to have to fight a lot harder, but they've reached out and they've just been so kind, so kind. And I think I'm hoping that they'll be able to help me, and in some ways I can help them to really help move boxing into another new era. I think boxing's in a great place, so many exciting fighters, these new promoters all coming up, and it's in a real great place, and I want to be part of that wave, but from the gym perspective. I want Bronx, I want numerous gyms, and I want to help be where they get their future fighters from. I want to support those upcoming pros, and it's important that they show love and support as well to these upcoming gyms.
So we've got Callis Howland down here today. Do you think we'll be able to see Eddie Hearn? We think we'll see Ben Shalom down here in the future?
Well, not today. Like I said, everyone is very busy, but it would be an honour to have any of those down.
What about AJ as well? I know you were on the red carpet event yesterday. What was it like being at such a big event with Anthony Joshua, the star and one of the faces of British boxing?
Well, I think AJ is the pinnacle of British boxing. He has been for a while. He has done incredibly well for himself, and the fact that he was part of, Finchley, a small gym, and he went through the ranks, he shows what every young boy or girl could be if they put the work in. So I hope gyms like Bronx will be the start of their story, and maybe they can reach the same height. So I think AJ is the perfect figurehead for boxing right now, and I wish him all the best.
Let's get your thoughts on a couple more things. The first being Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron.
Yes.
A huge fight for women's boxing, and I think Katie Taylor, the star, many people regard her as the greatest female boxer of all time. Chantel Cameron, terrific record, and somebody that really goes to win, and you would expect to give Katie Taylor an excellent fight.
Yeah. The energy around it reminds me of the Savannah Marshall-Caressa Shields fight. It's a highly anticipated one. As soon as it was announced, I had people sending it to me saying, this one looks like a juicy one. It is so exciting. What a place for women's boxing to be in. I don't know who I would back. I love them both in equal measure. Katie Taylor and Natasha Jonas, they are people that I've always looked up to from when I first started boxing. So my heart's with them, but I'm a huge Chantel Cameron fan, so don't ask me to decide.
Okay, I won't ask you to decide that one, but can you give me a prediction for Saturday night and Anthony Joshua?
I would go with AJ. I think he is on a mission right now. He's got points to prove. He's a fighter, and I think he knows what he wants. So I would go with AJ, but also huge shout out and respect to Franklin. He also has reached out. He's been lovely. So yeah, love to both fighters. You know what? I find it really hard to choose fighters and to put predictions on, because I know what both fighters in every fight are giving up, the sacrifices they're making. They're both on their grind. They both want it. So I know I'm giving you a diplomatic answer, but that's my answer.
Final one. We're seeing some of the fighters get in the ring today here at Bronx Gym. Harlem Eubank will be in there later.
Such a proud moment to have Harlem Eubank in the gym. We've got Matty Harris down. It's just an amazing thing. For a gym that's been 3 weeks in the making and we've only been open that short space of time, having these big names grace our ring, grace our gym floor, grace our bags, it's everything I could ever want.
Is it light the fire at all to get back in the ring yourself?
Josh, don't get me started. I always have this unfinished business thing with boxing, and the more I'm around it, even sitting ringside, and I was sat so close I could almost touch them. It does spark that fire. But right now, my focus is firmly on the business side of boxing. So nobody let me put on a pair of gloves, because it could end up leading somewhere, and I don't want it to. I'm focusing on the business right now.
I'll come back to you in 6 months' time on that one then. Cheers for your time.
Thanks, Josh.